On May 26th, Thorpe Park will open up their brand new reimagined attraction, Ghost Train. Derren Brown has been taken out the back and shot. Not literally, that would be terrible. And I think you would have heard about it in the news. But with the new version of Magic Lad Spooky Transport not featuring the man himself nor his ghostly gadgets, what could we actually be in store for by the end of May? Well, today I'm going to look into the info that we do have and try and figure out what we might be playing with. First thing of note, I did not work on the marketing for this ride, which means two things. First of all, it means that I don't have 12-year-olds ask me for photos at Thorpe Park. And two, I can see what I see. The initial marketing for this ride shows a large hooded figure with sharp, spear-like fingers, almost resembling the Grim Reaper. Or, you know, whatever turned up in the background of the coronation the other week. The announcement tweet said, "Say your final farewell as you depart this mortal world on a one-way ticket beyond the veil into darkness." So it's a cheery one then. This points towards, you've died, but here's your journey into the afterlife. There's then also this bit of concept art here, which has a little bit more going on, including Death standing at the doors of the train. There's some markings in the dirt on the train that say no turning back and damnation, and also a headstone that says, right, hang on, bear with me, I didn't do Latin in school. How do you actually pronounce this? Oh my god, no. Not you again. No, we did this last time. Go away. Please go away. In pace requiescat, which means rest in peace if you weren't aware, which I wasn't. There's actually a lot of Latin in this image, which is interesting. We've also seen in the merchandise there appears to be a lot of kind of neon style, almost street art like designs. There's a shirt that says Believer on it in kind of graffiti style writing, which could give us a little bit of a hint towards the narrative at play here. Ghost Train is a dark ride, meaning it's going to rely pretty heavily on a story, and since the VR attraction has been ripped out of it, they're going to rely pretty heavily on actors to lead the story. So putting all of this stuff on top of it kind of seems protestery? Maybe? But what could they be protesting? Death? They could go really dark and say that it's like an organization testing on the riders, seeing if they can pull them back from the afterlife. And god, that sounds like a Merlin style story, doesn't it? They love a good bit of dark storytelling and death, and or maybe not death. But on top of this, the queue line and some other of the new merchandise looks very professional, almost train station-y, with the actual exterior of the building being inspired by Beeston Station, which is from the 1800s. And with the Victorian railway carriage likely staying because, oh my god, it's one of the most beautiful set pieces in theme park history. If they get rid of it, I will riot. But that could all fit into the story as well. I'm not saying that the actors are going to be Victorian bachelors and chimney sweeps, but actually, now that I'm saying it, I do need a scare maze like it. But this pin, for example, looks very clean and professional, which kind of doesn't quite fit in with the other two aspects we've discussed so far. So we've got death, protesters, trains, graffiti. What could link all of those together? Wait! I've got it. Thorpe Park, I've sussed out your plan. I'll admit, it's genius, but you've got to get up pretty early to get around a mind like mine. National Rail are killing people for not paying their train fares. Okay, maybe not, but I do expect there to be some kind of protesters or conspiracists protesting against some kind of organisation, causing some kind of death. What kind of death? Sunshine and rainbows, this one. In terms of actual ride experience, again, because the VR is gone, I expect there to still be some kind of visual trickery going on here, but I do still think it's going to be very actor focused. But if it was just actors being weird on a train, then I could just get on the Bakerloo line. To be honest, it's going to be way more scary. Genuinely nightmare inducing. If you want my true prediction of what I think Merlin are going to do with the story of this attraction, I do think they are going to go very dark with the theme. And by dark, I don't even necessarily mean it's going to be very scary. I do expect there to be scare actors in there among with the normal actors, but I'd expect it to be a bit of a step up from London Dungeons rather than a scare maze. But if I had to take a random story out of my head, I'd say that there is a company testing on a group of people to see if they can bring them back from the afterlife to test on what they see while they're dead. And it hasn't been going to plan, so there's protesters outside. When you analyse this image a little bit closer, you start to see what's written in the scum, which today's headline is Holly Willoughby brushes off Phil feud as she glams up. No, but seriously, in the dirt you start to read stuff like ego some damnation to are, which means I am your damnation in English. Phrases like no way back and one way, 7 scratched tally marks in the wall could suggest that there's some sort of repeating time thing happening here, and that it's kind of repeating the week over and over again, but... And if you didn't need any more pointers that this was the Grim Reaper, it says Angel of Death above one of the seats. Either way, the themes of death, no way back, protesters, that's kind of the best that my brain could come up with in the moment. I did make a video just over a year ago about what I would do if I was given the Ghost Train to retheme, but that was obviously before the Derren IP ran out and before a few other things happened as well, which kind of spoiled my plans. So if you do want to see what I would do with a completely fresh palette other than the ride hardware, then go and watch that video here. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it, then please subscribe and share this video with your mates. It would really help me out a lot. If you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is here at carlvickers33, and I'll be making hopefully some more videos, especially about Ghost Train once it opens on May 26th. But yeah, for now, I've been Cal, thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon.